Welcome back, and do remember you can find our top stories on our website is channelstv.com, and here are some pictures that you sent to our eyewitness portal. Let's begin with this one from K2 in Lagos State showing pedestrians crossing the expressway. Our eyewitness reporter says that such acts are dangerous and should be discouraged. Next is this image from Ogbomosho in Oyo State showing a dilapidated structure which our eyewitness reporter says belongs to a primary school. He wants it fixed to improve learning for the pupils. Similar to that is this picture from Katagum in Bauchi State showing the ceiling of a classroom giving way. Our eyewitness reporter wants the relevant authorities to look into that case, saying no proper learning can take place here. And finally is this image from Benin, the Edo State capital, is showing a flooded road, which our eyewitness reporter says is what happens whenever it rains. He suggests the expansion of the drainages, which he says would curb a recurrence. We do sincerely thank you for sending in those pictures, as we ask that you keep them coming. The Managing Director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, the NDDC, is unhappy with the delays in completion of the Commission's projects all over the region. Mr. Nsima Ekere made his feelings known during an inspection of the NDDC's headquarters complex at the marine base axis of the Port Harcourt area, the River State capital. While reading the Riot Act to the contractors, Mr. Ekere said that the Commission is carrying out an audit to prioritize for the completion of the projects with the highest impact on Niger Delta communities.
The motorcade of the NDDC Managing Director arriving at the site of the soon-to-be permanent home of the Commission. How soon, however, depends on the pace of work, which the CEO seems very unimpressed with. And the blame for the tardy execution of the project is placed on the contractor's inability to properly manage funds.
I don't know why we keep doing it, what you are saying now. A fundamental flaw has been mentioned here. The poor management of resources from NDDC. So, from the side of NDDC, they comply. It is just the contractor that have to answer the question. It's not a question of going to show all this and that. From what I was told from the beginning, more than 90% of the contract value on this one have been given. So we expect that. So it's not from NDDC, please. So it's from you.
The Managing Director has a drastic solution to the issue of funds disbursement towards the completion of this project.
Within the funding constraints of the Commission, we intend to go into an arrangement with the bankers also. We'll see what to do with it so that within our resources we can get this place completed. But the commitment of the incoming management is that we want to see this building completed before we finish our term. That's what we're trying to do.
Originally conceived as a 14-floor structure by NDDC's predecessor, the defunct Oil Minerals Producing Area Development Commission, UMPEDEC, the project has reached 60% completion, according to the NDDC's head of project monitoring services.
We can't discount those because it's part of the money that has been paid.
We paid that.
Yeah, so it should be part of what we have actually. If those equipment are still at manufacturer's yard, then we don't have possession yet. But once they have been delivered to us, then we have possession, and it has to reflect as part of the percentage.
The project coordinator explains that all the service equipment, including escalators and elevators for the main buildings, are ready and awaiting installation. When completed, the NDDC headquarters complex is expected to include, among other facilities, a medical center, car park, restaurant, and even a bank.
Ikododong Ekono is a community in Uyo local government area of Akwa Ibom State, south of Nigeria, where the residents say that they are living in abject poverty. They claim that for a long time now, they have been without basic amenities and without visible governments present. Our community report tonight focuses on the plight of the residents of the community and what the state government is doing to address the situation.
Etisalat, now you're talking.
To the people of Ikot or Dung Ikono, development is a myth. This is because for a long time they have not been included in the scheme of any government in the state, and the level of poverty in this community is glaring. No power supply, schools, hospitals. Polluted water has killed any hope for the farmers and fishermen. The only source of water, they say, is from this hole, and it serves the neighboring communities as far as 3 kilometers. The people have forgotten what it is like to be remembered.
We don't even have anything. Around this environment. So poor. Because the primary school primary school if even the family was so poor. So in Paraguay for it took government so that for people inside village and I was on phone and now move on with the phone so that there was the man and you find kind of benefits.
Yung mama na simbang ni kaya mungpo so ampa mana ako sa waru mo so try eske kwa mo ya ini usong ini kang electric mi ba any ni ga mi ki wo when take no parliament na me ki wo ri to na so ilo wen ni so mpa mo fes no wa me no government no wa me no we jano bok ina mi ni i kang ini mo ngodo ini usong eti usong isong boro ba mpa ma ya government no wa me no nyen ina minute government ina mam ko kwange ina mam ko kwange no ikoro.
So what do those whose job it is to remember have to say?
The challenge in that community is well known to us, particularly in respect of roads, because roads are critical. We are taking steps to open up clusters of villages. We are committed to ensuring that they have access to roads, because when they have access to roads, they can be able to drive a number of their pursuits. In respect of schools, the state government is also intervening. A number of structures that were in bad shape are being touched. In respect of roads, a number of them that were in bad shape are being opened up. So their concerns are being looked into, particularly in respect of roads and power supply. We have a master plan which we are following, and that clearly draws up a framework where we intervene and address their key concerns.
Promises, promises. That is what the people have to hold on to. The only thing that can turn around their fortunes is if those who are truly serious about changing things rise up and make it happen.
Etisala, now you're talking.
A petrol tanker explosion in Zaria local government area of Kaduna State has left one person dead and a divisional police station completely burnt down. An eyewitness told our correspondent that the tanker exploded and ignited the blaze after it fell down on the road near the Magaji village in Zaria. The fire is reported to have injured scores of people, mainly travelers, and also destroyed not less than 15 vehicles before firefighters arrived and extinguished the inferno. Authorities say that all the police officers and suspects detained at the station were evacuated to a safe and secure facility. Night drive in Anambra State just got a lot safer as the state governor, Willie Obiano, has switched on a 6.7-kilometer street light from Agu-Oka axis to Amansi near the boundary between Enugu and Anambra States along the Enugu-Onitsha Old Road. The street lights, which will be powered by gas and by the national grid, brings to a total of 82.6 kilometers of street lighting being achieved in the ongoing phase 1 of the project called Operation Light Up Anambra.
The night commute along the Enugu-Onitsha Old Road is one that drivers can now relish. This is because the governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has fulfilled his pledge of keeping the road safe with his pet project, Operation Light Up Anambra. The latest Light Up project, a 6.7-kilometer stretch of streetlights, is a follow-up of the first phase of the project, where 86.2 kilometers of streets have been lit. The governor gives further assurances of security to complement the infrastructural development on ground in the state.
When I assumed office 2.5 plus years ago, we had challenges here. People were not coming home. There were security challenges. There were no street lights in most places. As a matter of fact, 90% of the places. We tackled security. Today, Anambra is the safest state in Nigeria. This Christmas is going to be the biggest Christmas ever celebrated here. There will not be any security challenge. Air, land, and sea.
The governor also commends private efforts of well-meaning citizens who support transforming the state.
He donated all the decorations you are seeing on all the poles in Oka. That's him that donated it. Thank you. And we want other Anambra to emulate him. And that's what leadership is all about. To encourage people to help us. This is the time of recession. But within that recession, we still have people that have money, that can help the government, that believe in what we're doing, because they are seeing us as real.
There are royal commendations from traditional leaders who are pleased with their son.
God will continue to bless you, give you the strength, the wisdom to rule the people of Anambra State.
The message from the state government is for all indigents of Anambra to come home for Christmas, as every structure that will ensure an eventful celebration has been put in place.
And next in the news at 10, Super Falcons trash Mali in the opening African Women's Championship campaign. That's on Sports News. Stay with us.